Yeah, T, this is pretty vague, but how tough is it to defend the Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart pick and roll?
It's very tough. I mean, because you never know if she's gonna pop or she's gonna roll, or she could do a short roll, then pop back up, So you gotta know the coverages that the coaches are calling and what they're doing. So I mean, it's pretty difficult, but I feel like we handled it okay. I feel like we played hard tonight. So that's all that matters.
Hey T, what what have you learned about yourself as a defender these last few games going up against players like Liz Cambage and Brianna Stewart tonight?
I know that I can hold my own. It's just a matter of me getting down in the stands, bending my knees, getting low, and just moving my feet. My teammates, excuse me, and my coaching staff tell me that, all the time. Like, people have to guard, I have to guard them, but they also have to guard me. So at the same time, I mean, it's 50-50. It's just of me willing to get down in the stands for my teammates and do the work.
When you have such important assignments like those players and such a few days, like short days to get ready for it, what are you looking for film wise in their game and, to sort of keep in mind as you play them?
Just knowing what they do off the top. Like, if it's one thing that they do, it's just got to be like, okay, I know they're going to do this. They may do something else, but 9 times out of 10, they're going to do this. So I just have to know that in my mind and say, she wants to go right, or she wants to go left, or she wants to go over her left shoulder. It's just little things like that. I just got to trust in my teammates that if I do, mess up on the assignment, they're going to be there to help me.
And then once again, congrats on your career 20th double-double. Just how, looking back on that, just how do you feel like from when you came into the league to now, how do you feel like your game has grown?
I grow each and every year. I've added something each and every year I've come into the league, and it's just a matter of, rebounding is great. It's the dirty stuff that, nobody wants to do. So if I can just go in and get a couple of rebounds and putbacks, I mean, that's good enough for me. I mean, I'm getting my touches there. I don't necessarily need to have a set play call for me if I'm going in and rebounding. That's just how I look at it. But not too many people want to rebound, but I like it.
And then when we watch you, it's like you're like a vet of this team, but you're still young in your career. Who in the league do you feel like you've learned the most from since turning pro?
I kind of just watch everyone, like all the post players all around, honestly. I don't have just like a set person, because I feel like at this level, it's not, one person's better than the other. I mean, we're all good. Me being really, I say I'm in my second year because the bubble is kind of, but I just say I'm, not at the bottom, but at the same time, it's like I'm still trying to learn from other vets that I played, up against. So it's all a learning curve, but I feel like I'm catching on pretty fast, as long as my coach and teammates have faith in me and they keep telling me to dominate, and that's what I've been doing. So they believe in me. I know I can do it.
Coach, another tough shooting night for Kelsey Mitchell. Have you seen anything from her that might be leading to her having a lower percentage than in prior seasons, like with shot selection or style of shot she's taking, or do you think it's just a slump that she can bust out of at any moment?
Well, I know that it's a slump. Kelsey is a really, really good shooter, and I think she's a little bit frustrated and maybe, if anything, trying too hard. She's a competitor. She wants to win, and she wants to do what she's capable of doing. And I think it might be just, pressing too hard, trying too hard to do what she does. And that's a guess on my part, but, the one thing I would say that makes it tough for her is that teams are really scheming defensively to kind of make life difficult for her. So it's not an easy task, and they're keying in on her, and that's just making the whole process a little bit more difficult. But, I have no doubt that she'll bust out of this slump, and it might be just, not being so hard on herself, so to speak.
On the flip side, Kaiser is shooting ridiculously well from three so far in her rookie season. What have you liked from her as an outside shooter so far as a pro? And do you think she can continue to grow in that area of her game?
Well, I think she's, this is, we're what, 9 games in, and, Kaiser's done well, and she's going to keep getting better and better. No doubt about it. She's a scorer, and, there's other facets of the game that she needs to improve and to get better at. And I know that she will. She's another one that has a good mind for the game and plays hard and wants to win. So very bright future, no doubt.
Thanks, Tony. JL Curvin.
Hey, Coach. I know in the past you've said you don't really care too much about what your starting five is, but was there a specific reason why Jantel was in the starting lineup tonight? Were you just trying to get her some extra minutes?
Not for publication.
Okay. And then with Jessica coming off the bench, she was still able to give you a good performance, efficient. Just at her stage in the career, how important is it having someone who can, you can put into different roles night in and night out?
Well, I mean, she's a pro's pro, and JB's done well for us, and I have no doubt that she's been consistently good. I think she had one subpar game, but she's been consistently good in whatever role I've given her, and I'm happy with how she's playing and adjusting to a new team after being out for a year. She took the last year off because of of COVID, and she's just having a really good season and been a real bright spot for sure.
And then still, obviously not the result you're looking for tonight, but going into the half, only down 5, and then the score being what it was just because of a few threes at the end. What did you like from your team tonight from a competitive standpoint?
Well, I thought we competed. You say you used the exact word. We competed, and I thought our energy was great no matter which group we had out there. I mean, to have 4 people in double figures and 1 with 9. I mean, if Kelsey Mitchell gets another point, we've got 5 people in double figures. So we're getting contributions from a number of people, which is what we want. We also took better care of the basketball, and that was a key for us for this game because Seattle likes to trap. They like to come aggressively in pick and rolls, and they did. And I thought we handled it well. We only had 10 turnovers for the whole game. That's probably our best performance in that category this season. So that's another bright spot. I thought we made some strides defensively. We're still a work in progress, but we made some strides. And again, we used our whole roster and got good play no matter the combinations. I thought Lindsay Allen had a heck of a floor game. 6 assists, 2 turnovers, and between she and Danielle Robinson, 10 assists, 2 turnovers. That's excellent floor game from the people that are running the show out there. So was happy with that. So again, as I told our team, none of us are into consolation prizes. We're not about the business of, that type of thing, but I'm asking them to give everything they have and to just keep getting a little bit better each game. And I trust that if we do that as a team, then in due time, we will be where we want to be. We've had a tough stretch of 6 games in 12 days. It's like every other day and traveling half of those games. So it's been a little bit of a grind this early in the year for a team that's just getting used to playing together. And, we'll come out the other side okay. And it's, we just got to tough it out and grind it out right now. But we made some good strides today in a number of categories.
Obviously not the result you're looking for, but Coach seemed pretty positive about the steps forward made in this game. Where did you feel like you saw the most improvement from the team tonight?
Yeah, so just growth, right? So you can just tell the mistakes, right? So sometimes we will make the same mistakes over and over, but tonight you would see that, okay, something happened and then we fixed it right away, and then some of the stuff that we fixed right away, it wasn't from the coaches saying, hey, this is what you need to do. We self-corrected it, and I'm really proud of us for doing that.
Where do you feel like that self-correction comes from? Is it newfound chemistry, or is it that you're starting to see patterns in just the games that you've played?
Yeah, I would have to say the latter. So just, chemistry, of course, but learning each other, right? We're learning each other strengths and weaknesses, and we're communicating more, so when you communicate more, you're able to see it quicker and fix it. And we have a lot of great people with high basketball IQ. So once we are communicating what we see out there and everyone becomes, on one accord, then it's easier to fix stuff, to quickly fix things. stop the bleeding. As
Coach called you a pro's pro just by the way that you were able to come off the bench tonight and still play an efficient game after you've been in the starting lineup these last 5 games. How do you feel like your veteran presence helps this team, and what responsibilities do you feel like comes with that?
it's always great responsibility, when people look up to you and look for you for certain things. And I don't take it lightly, not at all, especially not with this, this team. So I think it's great. I think that's a wonderful compliment that coach gave me. Thank you for telling me that. But yeah, I think just being able to give my team whatever we need, like if you need me to, come off the bench, or if I, need to start or rebound or defend or just communicate with someone, I'm just making sure that I'm always staying in my teammates' ears to let them know how great they are, and just to keep battling through, like it'll change over. We just got to keep, stay the course.
And then last one for me, 2 more on this road trip. What do you feel like is the main thing to keep in mind going into Thursday's game against Los Angeles?
We have to keep the same, momentum. Basketball is a game of runs, and a game of energy. We just have to keep on doing what we did tonight. I thought we moved the ball really, really well, playing together. For LA, I think maybe getting the ball inside, like we did that a lot tonight. We probably should have done it a little bit more, but T is a great big presence, so once you get the ball inside of her, it opens up a lot of things for us, and I think it takes a lot of pressure off of our guards. So I think that would be probably our focal point, but most of all, defense, right? We just got to get stops, get down and defend, and make sure we're helping each other out. So we're looking forward to playing LA. We're looking forward to each game because we're getting better with each game. So.